Oh yeah, oh yeah. We
What are we doing?
Dank Dad, Dank, half of the Dank Dads, man. We got Zephaniah here, man. We're talking about the black community, all right? So, we were just in another podcast and the brother had a lot to say, had a lot of solid opinions and everything like that. So it's always, a good idea, especially for the Dank Dads, man. We definitely love and appreciate y'all out there. So, we like to give people a chance to really voice their opinion on certain things. And, just to give an overall gist of where everybody's really coming from. So, Zephaniah, man, we were talking about, go ahead, I'm going to let you, what were we talking about, man?
Well, let me before we go into it, I don't mean to cut you off, Zebekiah. First of all, this is my cousin. That's number one.
Okay.
Number two, uh, this is a person who really, really, really seen that. Like, listen, I'm not a street dude. I'm not a let you step on my feet, dude. You feel me? And where I come from, my family, you're not gonna be able. They ain't too many suckers in our family. And I'm not saying that to just be saying it, but I mean I really mean that shit for real. Now, E was really out there in them streets. E really still deal with that kind of community. E has a lot of affiliations to the streets in the community. I just want to make sure that we give him a proper introduction, so I can bring him in the room. I want everybody to know that this is a solid soldier that's really been out there and really know those moves in the streets of Washington, D.C. and is respected in the streets of Washington, D.C. Been through a lot out there in the streets of Washington, D.C. So I want to make sure that when he speaks, that we understand the weight of what my cousin is saying. You did. Let's bring him in the room. Zephaniah, salute, bro. Good to see you, bro. Love you.
Hey, you too, Cole. What's up, Stack?
What's going on, bro? Hey, look, hey man, that was a heavy introduction. So, you were giving us a little bit of your background. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step back for a second, man. And if you don't mind, just giving us about a good 5 minutes about what I'm saying, your background and just give us about your background and your expertise, and then we're gonna actually go into some of the topics.
Okay. Well, my background, basically, I started being in the streets since I was like about 10 years old. 10. I was hustling since I was 10. All the way up for like 30 some years and all that. I just got out the streets not too long ago, around about it was like 2016. I'm getting so old I can't even remember how old I actually am. 2016 was there 7 years ago. I was about 42. About 42. So I've been out here, been on the good side and the bad side of the street life. You know what I mean? Been out here for a long time. And, I was out here when the millionaires was out here and the cold-blooded murderers was out here. Like, DC was a straight war zone. It was like a mafia city being ran like that by the black community, being ran. And a lot of things done came out of that. I done seen it all, like my cousin said. I done seen it all out here. I done seen it all far as street life stuff. And what I'm seeing now, this stuff is out of hand. It's out of hand. We done adopted gang culture and street culture in our community as that's really part of our culture when it's not. We wasn't doing this in the 60s. We wasn't doing this. The further you go back, the more that our people was doing better. We was doing better with less. You know what I mean? We was making less money, raising bigger families in our community. Coming out of slavery, sharecropping and all that, third and fourth grade educations, like your great-great-grandfather, their educations was limited, but they had big families, 10, 11, 12 children, and was doing good, growing their own food, living good. Now we got more and we doing worse. And our mind states is worse. You know, through the music, through the constructs. We know what a social construct is when somebody put an idea out there and the masses just grab onto it without thinking it through. It's just somebody put an idea out there, oh, we should live like this, and then the masses just gravitate to it. That's a construct. So, my expertise is in mental health. You know what I mean? I just got certificates, certifications in mental health, peer specialist mental health, and I've been a mentor out here to these youngins for years. You know what I mean? I was raised up under grown men at a young age, so that speeded my mentality up.
Los, what up, homie?
It made me advance, you know. So, our community in serious trouble.
Hold on a second. Let me give Los a shout out to one of my brothers, man. I'm gonna bring him in the room just to make sure you're on the right page. I see where you're going with it. Yeah. So go ahead, Z. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So our community is in serious trouble. You know what I mean? Because we not shunning the things that we need to shun. We accepting and adopting anything because we lost as a people. You know what I mean? I'd be all day breaking this stuff down, but that's what it says come to when you look at the dynamics of the household with the fathers is missing, like 70-80% of the black households is a single mother in it. And it takes two parents to make children, the Most High, you know, and that's something else. We done got away from the truth of what the Creator intended for us to do. You know, he created two separate energies, a masculine energy and a feminine energy, the man and the woman. And they supposed to become one flesh, and those two energies supposed to mesh and raise your household. But when one of those energies, it's even hard if a man trying to raise a children by himself. You know
well, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. We talk about mental health, right? I want to go and I want to focus this conversation around this man punching this woman in this carryout in this bodega up in what was it, Philly?
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch the video. My wife was telling me about.
Hey, listen. It was very disgusting to see this man cock his arm back and punch this young lady punch this woman in the face. In no way, shape, form, or fashion, this woman never put his hands on him. And I mean, the dramatics of it all was just unreal. And where in the fuck do we fall now when we're doing that as grown men? And we're talking about mental health. What's happening in our communities where men will do shit like this? And listen, he thought he was getting ready to fucking do it. He had an audience and everything. It was his moment. And then now his family members are twerking. They have a big picture of him up, and they're twerking in front of it. Listen, it is disgusting.
So
it is, and then they're claiming retaliation on the 14-year-old boy. Yeah, he run with a real crew of dudes, man, and they gonna retaliate. What?
A real crew of dudes, huh? A real crew of dudes that beat up on women, huh? And I mean, that's how we. Matter of fact, that's how we even got on this topic.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want to stay right there, just because we can go way to the right, way to the left. I think we get one thing down the middle that we can all discuss, and we can have an open discussion that can lead into many places. But I wanted to start somewhere first. So I, you know, and listen, like Carlos just said, punching a woman in a carryout, that's crazy. But listen, punching a woman anywhere that has not hit you. Hey, now, she hits you and you can't take no more. I don't know. Everybody's tolerance is different.
1,000 on that, man. I can't agree. You know what I'm saying? If I can agree any more, and the reason why I'm agreeing is because to me, it's a sign of weakness. You know what I mean? That's just like a person beating a puppy, or it's a sign of weakness, man. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're supposed to be the stronger vessel, and I'm just speaking from a man's point of view, if you're supposed to be the stronger vessel, it's a certain way you're supposed to carry yourself, certain things, certain etiquette that you have to have as far as a man. One, my son, I'm looking at what example am I showing my son, and that's a serious situation because what I show, he's going to absorb, take in, and demonstrate, and then you're going to have a carbon copy of that out here on the streets. So I don't know where Zephaniah went, man. Where you go?
No, I'm cool. I mean, I don't know where you went, but listen, I agree with you 100%. Number one, kids are receptive.
Yes, indeed.
They pay attention like crazy. He's right. Listen, man, we do have a lack of men in our community. Things just don't happen the way they used to. Hell, men don't even sing to women anymore.
Nah.
Well,
okay, let's talk about, since we talking about the black community and everything like that, we talking about and Zephaniah was kind of he was on a solid track. That's why I wish he was still here. He was on a solid track. He was talking about things like what we did and what we don't do anymore. As far as, so it was some things that weren't necessarily correct. Now, outside of, a lot of people only want to focus on black people in slavery. So we're gonna deal with that. We're gonna deal with that, okay? We're gonna deal with the simple fact that after all the heinous things that black people went through, you still had a Black Wall Street. All these things were doing segregation and Jim Crow era. You still had a Black Wall Street. Black people were I believe the wealthiest during this time. Segregation wasn't necessarily a bad thing for black people. I think integration and trying to adopt other people's way of life was the chink in the black community's armor. The simple fact that, or just a handout, because let's look at back in the era when the black man was in a house working, doing what he needed to do. He had a business. He had the whole nine until Uncle Sam, decided to offer these women, hey, I'll give you a place to stay. I'll give you, a couple of dollars every month. Hey, and I'll give you food as long as you in the house without a man. So when that happens, what's up then? So we got women now, they're getting money, they're getting housing, they're getting food, they're getting all these accolades to not have a man in the house. And what happens is they become the head of the household. And I'm not saying women can't lead. I'm not saying, women don't have the what's the word I want to use? The knowledge. Okay, we just say women have the knowledge and the education to go far. There's been some great female rulers and queens and things like that throughout history. But as far as raising a child, raising a family, the man is one of the most important factors of that. Yo. All right. So we had. So what you hold on. Well, let me put this up real quick. So Lowe said we should have stayed segregated. So I believe that would have been a better situation for us.
Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go.
You back up? I believe
Yeah.
this follower Los, who he's talking about, he said that we should have stayed segregated, and I think that would have been a good thing for us. Number one,
Well,
go ahead.
For quite some time. For quite some time.
Let's talk about the money aspect of it. And I'm not a I love everybody. You know what I mean? I don't care if green, purple, whatever like that. I'm not a discriminating guy. As long as you're good, to me, as long as you're a good person, that's all I really care about. That's
right.
At the end of the day, that's all I care about.
I think
you
he
back,
might be
man?
back in there. Hold on.
You back? There you go. You back, my man. There you go.
All right.
Hey, look, you look like you got a lot in your mind. You look like you got a lot in your mind. I don't want this to be all about me. Let me go over some of these comments real quick. All right. We're gonna go over this one right here. That's a good point right there, Los. Now we talking about kids being in grown folks' business. So we're gonna hold on. We're gonna hold on to that. We're gonna hold on to that one right there in dealing with this situation with the kid, the guy, and the mom. We're gonna hold on to that because that's gonna play an aspect in that too. But what I really want to get is like some more history on the Black community. So far we talked about segregation, we talked about integration. All right, Zephaniah, give me a few more examples and things like that. Oh, we also talked about. Well, I brought up the point of Uncle Sam and his role in the Black community as far as tainted or welfare child. I didn't even get on child support, but as far as welfare, the housing voucher, as far as having a house without the man in it, and how the government likes to give women money and food just to have housing and give them housing as long as they don't have a man in the household. So that's pretty much where I was leaving off at. You wanna dig in on that?
You forgot something else. They even pay the woman to leave their husbands. Like the nuclear family is being attacked because how do you destroy a nation? You destroy the nation by destroying the men. So we can get the men to be feminine and to be this system stems from Willie Lynch, where they raise the woman up and bring the man down. This game been going on for a long time. That's a basic warfare tactic. Where they're raised. Why you think they'll love our women, raise the women up, but bring the men down. They get the women all the jobs and all that to have our women like we make more money than y'all. Like to treat us like shit, basically treat us like nothing. It's a game. It's called psychological warfare being played. And like you said, it stemmed back all the way from when they started the welfare. I'm trying to think of this movie, man. I can't think of it. Where the man was hiding in the closet. And this is a movie from the 70s. And the welfare people came over there and the father had to hide in the closet.
Oh man, it sounds like every day in the hood right there, boy. So hey, look, I'm for those of you who in the Maryland, PG County area, I used to stay in Glen Island Apartments. Okay, for those who know about Glen Island Apartments, and some of the things that used to go on at Glen Island Apartments was, the trick bag. Oh, most definitely. So Glen Island, what they would do is they had a lot of females living on the property and things like that, and they had children. So what they would do, they would offer them the property, but the man couldn't be on the property. He couldn't be on the lease or anything like that. All right. So what happened? Oh, my man Los. Hey, yes, sir. So what happened was the rental office, they were actually borrowing. I cannot hear you, Vegas. the rental office had a thing where they were actually barring, the males in the apartment complex. If they had an issue with you, they had two police officers. One of them was named O'Leary or something like that, and the other one was a white guy, and the other one was Smith. So basically, they were double dipping, working for the complex, and working for PG, and they would just go around basically harassing you. And if they caught you on property, whatever like that, they would bar you. Okay, which is a predatory situation, because now you're systematically keeping the men from the household. Now what happens is, now that the man is away from the household, you have the maintenance guys, you have the security guys, and even some of the law enforcement guys, like trying to talk to your girl, being disrespectful, trying to slip up in there. And what they do is they create a hostile environment. And what happens now, you have guys sneaking. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, okay. I can hear you. Vegas, he blocked, he muted.
You got guys sneaking to see their family in fear of possibly getting locked up for going to see their family. Now, what we found out was that was illegal, because in the state of Maryland, I can't bar you or stop you from seeing your seed. If your child lives on a property or whatever like that, I can't stop you from visiting your child. Now, I can see if I committed a crime, but just because, or they would try to use the trespassing situation or loitering situation, and try to stop these men from seeing their children so they can have more control. It was an issue. A lot of men were afraid to be confrontational with the police, and what happened was they just signed these bar notices, making things illegal. It took for those who say, you know what, hey, I ain't scared to go to jail, or we're gonna take it a whole nother way, and taking it to court. By taking it to court, a lot of these things got thrown out because it was found to be illegal to do that.
Right.
Oh.
So look, check this out. So remember I mentioned Willie Lynch, right?
Yeah.
So one of the tactics was this proving that the Willie Lynch system is still, because Willie Lynch said that the system can operate perpetually for 400 years, maybe thousands of years on its own. So this proof that it's still operating. So what they was doing was they would take Big Strong Buck out his house, and they would time up the two horses and let his wife see him get pulled apart.
Facts.
So what that does is, just like they breed traits in the animals, a lot of these things that we going through has been bred into our community over time. You know what I mean? The women been watching the men being emasculated, you know what I mean, and brought down low to the point where it made the women masculine. You know what I mean? We thinking this just happened, it just starting to happen. This happened over time. You know what I mean? It's a system, that we trying to get control over, because it's out of order. You know what I mean? It's just out of order. The man was put in place for a reason in his household. When you take him out, that leave our males vulnerable out here. So what they do is they picking up a lot of feminine characteristics and traits, and that's why they quick to pick up the gun and quick to do a lot of stuff.
All right. Let me read this real quick. And this and Eric Dolan, he's putting up a quote from Denzel Washington. If the father is not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets. I saw it in my generation and every generation before me and everyone since. If the streets raise you, then the judge becomes your mother and prison becomes your home. Now I'm glad that Eric put that up there. So
yo.
Oh yeah, we hear you, man. You loud and clear. So, and the reason why I'm glad that you put that up there, because what this says right here is that this situation that we're actually having in the Black community is bleeding over to every community. Can we address that?
You said what again? I vaguely heard you.
I said the situation that's happening in the black community, as far as the streets raising our young men, fathers not being in the home, mothers being the head of the household. This whole situation has bled from the black community into other communities. It's now in the Asian community, the Hispanic community, the white community. It's now in other communities. This thing right here that's going on.
I think that what we see is like what Eric just said about Denzel Washington, the Denzel Washington quote. If the father is not in the home, the boy will find the father in the streets. You know, that's what's happening. A lot of men are missing. A lot, and then listen, a lot of the men that are around aren't quality men. And listen, you don't have to be a rich man to be a quality man. Just be an honorable man.
Oh,
be able to.
Whoa, be a what?
An honorable man.
An honorable man. These women don't want an honorable man. They don't want that.
Why they don't want it? Why they don't want it?
They want that bag. All they want is that bag. They want a guy to take care of them. So you know what I mean? They can have the best of life and have it more abundantly and live life with lack of accountability. Ain't that right?
They want a traditional man, but they don't want to be a traditional woman.
Do they want it? The traditional man is dead. That era is long past us. That era, the last time you really saw a traditional man walk around was probably your granddad. You know what I mean? Or your dad. That was the last traditional man. I mean, some of us had those characteristics, you know, and we try to instill them in our kids, but I'm just playing devil's advocate right there. But the traditional man, where's he at?
Right here.
Shout out to Cleveland Funches, man. Shout out to Cleveland Funches, man. A lot of them still scared, huh? Yeah. Shout out to Cleveland Funches. Thank you, brother, for joining in with us, homie. I appreciate the hell out of it.
All right, so Zephaniah, all right, you say it right here. So, all right, man, are you out there by yourself? Who the rest of the brothers?
Hey, yo, is there a fan or something blowing on the microphone or something? Something is.
I don't have nothing going on.
All right. Let's stop.
So let's rewind back a little bit. So he quoted the Denzel. He rated Denzel quote from the brother, right? So that's where it stemmed from. Everything started in the house. Proverbs 22:6 tell you, raise your child up in the way they should go, and when they get old, it will not depart from them. So the problem is our children are not growing up. Like Marcus can attest to this, Vegas. He can attest to this. We grew up in a traditional household. You know what I mean? Even when he reconnected with us, it was the same thing going on. A mother, it was our grandmother and grandfather. My grandmother was the blueprint on how a woman supposed to conduct herself in society, and my grandfather as well. You know what I mean? So that made all her daughters
honorable,
and do the same thing and get honorable men that stayed there and took care of them children and took care of the house and stayed with. My aunts and them died before their husbands. My aunts and them had diabetes, but the husbands stayed by their side while their health was failing all the way. You know, so like we gonna go back further to what we.
Oh man, I hate the fact that you're breaking up at that point. Hey, can you repeat that? Because you kind of broke up a little bit, and I really like what you said. It was real important, man. Is he frozen?
I think he's frozen, brother.
Oh man, hey, look, that was real deep. That was real deep, man. He's
yeah. I can piggyback over what he was saying. Like we grew up in that kind of environment, but at the same time, it was a lot of entrepreneurship. We saw a lot of entrepreneurship, a lot of boss moves made by our grandparents. And you know, like Carlos just said, it's honor is a thing of the past.
Why is that? What is taking the place of that?
I'm back in here.
Oh yeah, you back in there. You froze up for a little bit.
Okay.
What's up, Lavelle? L Boogie, what's up, man? Beast by 1-6. What's up, baby? Go ahead, man. So can you break down what you were saying again, because you broke up in the middle of it. And what you were saying was real important, man. I like what you were saying. It was real important. So if you don't mind.
Okay. So y'all can hear me good?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, so what I did was I quoted the scripture that said, raise up the children in the way they should go, and when he get older, he shall not depart from them. So we went through about welfare and all that. Then we went further back to Willie Lynch, right? And I was talking about how that system still running. And that's why our community is corrupted, because the nuclear family is corrupted. We not growing up saying that mother and that father system being ran the way it's supposed to be ran. You know what I mean? You got a lot of single parenting going on, and it's just messing up. So when you got single parenting going on, what's got to happen? That single parent got to work like a slave to keep food on the table. So who gonna raise? So where the other parent at to help their children? To help child?
I don't want to cut you off, E, but I don't want to do this shit. I really don't, because I'm getting ready to. I'm gonna.
Hey, where you go? Where you go?
I don't know where you go.
Go ahead, finish talking. I'm sure he'll come back in. When he come back in.
I want E to come back before I finish what I'm saying. I'm gonna get you back in there. I want to make sure he get this.
So okay, well, until he comes back, I'm gonna address what those talking about. Women talking about, I don't need a man. So
before you go there, how about?
Okay, he's also talking about the feminist movement was another poison that ties into these household structures. This is true. This is part of the women's liberation movement, which is basically they knew that this movement would not happen without the females of the Black community. So basically, what they did was they weaponized the situation. Huh?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
I can hear you good.
All right, go ahead. Let's keep going.
So basically,
was another possible.
They weaponized that situation using Black women to support, their ideas and their beliefs. And in the end, basically, told Black women, hey, thanks, and we got it from here, and good luck with whatever you got going.
Listen, I see I'm gonna have to do this, and I don't want to do this, but I'm gonna have to do it.
What's that?
I gotta tell the truth. I gotta tell the truth about what's really going on, because at the end of the day, it's not going. I don't want to bullshit. I don't want to sit up here and talk all this Black and the culture and the fucking this, that, and the nicknoggery. I don't even really want to go down that rabbit hole instead of just saying this. When you see Black couples sitting on podcasts and another Black man can ask a Black woman, when you see there we go. When you see a Black woman and a Black man sit on a podcast, and you hear that Black man say, "So tell me, what do you bring to the table?" When you see a lot of these Black men on these podcasts describing the roles of relationships to women, when you see women telling the man, "I ain't gonna cook and clean for you, this and the third." Now let me say this, because it's very hard for me to have these conversations because I have a white wife. I try to stay out of these conversations because I have a Caucasian wife. But I think what happens is, and what we're missing is that there's a lot of poison in our culture of what's valuable. And the thing is that when we start asking our significant others what do they bring to the table, we sound like complete fucking idiots as human beings.
Break that down.
I want to go back to the banner. I want to go back to my comments. Back in my comments. There we go. And when you see these people and they're sitting up there, they're talking about everything about relationships except for love, loyalty, partnership, understanding. Let me tell you something. I had a homegirl who had a grandmother whose grandfather was a hoe ass dude. But that woman, when he came home, the first thing she said, "Are you hungry? You hungry, honey? You okay? You need something? Let me get your jacket." Now listen, that wasn't right for this man to be in the street and be a Rolling Stone. But what I'm simply telling you is that love was different back then. See, love come with a price tag now. Love come with a price tag. Love come with a car. Love come with this shit right here and twerking involved in it.
That's the new modern mechanized marriage. Yeah, that's what it's become.
Yeah.
Marriage,
yeah. And listen. You're gonna and so what happens is when a young man like myself leaves the community, right? When you leave Washington D.C. and you go to North Carolina, and you start meeting other nationalities of women, and you start to really learn what goes on in other nationalities and how men are taken care of. Let me give you guys an example of a major flaw that happened to me in my past. I meet this girl. Me and that girl are still friends to this day. I meet the girl on campus. She says, "Listen, I like you. You like me. Let's kick it." We start to kick it. We go to dinner one night. We go to dinner, and I go to the bathroom, and when I come back from the bathroom, she has paid the bill. I said, "Yo, I'm ready to pay the bill." She says, "I already paid it." I said, "What? Fuck you mean you paid the bill? You don't be paying no bills around here." "Well, look at him." She was like, "What is wrong with you? Why can't I pay the bill?" I was like, "Listen, where I'm from, if you pay for a woman pay the bill, you a sucker." And she was like, "Listen, you can get the movie." And I'm like, "No, the movie don't cost the same amount as the food." Listen, I am a total idiot at this point. And it's because of what I dealt with in my environment that made me feel like if I don't have money, I'm not worth anything in my environment. And what you find is a lot of times in other cultures, it's about real companionship and love. And we have lost out on black love. Black love is dead to the motherfucker. It's what do you bring to the table now? That's what black love is now. What do you bring to the table? These people sound like fucking idiots talking about the roles of a relationship. You don't hear no other races talking about that shit but us and young white girls. That's it. We the only race that can't figure some shit out. It's just us. And it's because we don't have real love for one another, each other. It's all about what can you do for me? And when you can't do it, the relationship don't work anymore. And that's just what I've gathered, man. That's it for me. And you do get married to bill these days, Carlos. These people are not worried about no fucking relationship, dying in each other's arms. These motherfuckers are like, yeah, we built the house first and then we got the Benz. And I'm like, yo, you sound like uncouth, coon-ass Negroes. Stupid shit. People like to be looked at instead of, people just like people to look at them. They don't care about a marriage. They know the marriage ain't gonna work before they fucking do it. And they do it anyway. Just to have a shindig and all their friends look at them and fucking do the fucking Tootsie slide down the fucking, it's disgusting. I'm sick of black folks, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm fucking sick of them, bro. We look unreal. I'm sorry. Go ahead, man. I apologize. Money is not God, man. It's not. Money's not God. Oh shit.
I gotta put
Oh
him in here. That's
shit.
we
Oh shit. Let's do this.
What it do? What it do?
What's going on?
You just
Doc,
open up a
hey,
can of worms.
Hey, Zephaniah, you muted, man.
Yeah, I got muted. I muted sometimes when I need to mute it for kids running.
Don't feel bad, brother. I do it at least every third show.
My daughter seen a bug and just went berserk. I'm glad I had it muted. She said she seen a bug. I don't know, but maybe she did.
They out there.
Hey, can I put the link? How can I get Los the link? Yeah, how many motherfuckers can we get on here?
I don't know. I'm about to put it in the chat though. I'm about to put
this shit about to turn into something. I'm afraid.
Let it be what it's gonna be, baby.
Hey, listen. First of all, this is all fucking Eric's fault. If he had just stayed where he's supposed to be at the boxing and left it right there, but Eric had to start some shit. Now we gotta go. You don't ask us, hey Zephaniah, you don't ask us to come outside, bro. We don't come outside, man.
We come.
Let's do it.
Outside. Yes,
Let's do it. Get him in here. Where Jada go?
I don't know. He probably gotta come back in.
All right, cool. Let's go. I'm with it.
Hey, Charmaine, I can't see your little iPhone emoji. I can't see your minuscule iPhone emoji. Yeah, I'm being.
Hey,
anybody got
time you playing back and forth with Charmaine?
Hey, go ahead,
man. That's Queen B. You better not fuck with her.
Please leave Charmaine alone, man. Damn, she beat you up.
Man, she coming on here with these little iPhone emojis, man, like they mean something, man.
She hit you with the tink tink. She hit you with the tink tink.
Hey, y'all see that video? Y'all see that video of the dude jumping over the fucking fence and his wife recording him?
Oh, yeah.
That's how you know we ain't got no more black love in our community. When your wife let you jump over that fence, nigga, you don't make it, bro. You do not make it.
Yo, probably talking cash money shit, probably.
Cash shit. Hey, listen. So I want to reiterate. You know, we were talking about having men in the home and things of that nature, and I was just saying, like, listen, the value of what a marriage is not valuable anymore. All they want to do is build. What do you bring to the table? Hey, you know, what I do is I go make the money. My wife, she take the money, she pay the bill, and I'm like, yo, you sound like a fucking idiot that you have to explain roles in a black relationship as if. You really don't see this shit happening anywhere in our race. If you put Mexicans together and say, hey, man, what do you want? What do you think? They're not going to say, hey, well, what do you bring to the table? That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard, because love is love, bro. You don't ask your brother, hey, what you bring to the table, E? My cousin, you my cousin. Zephaniah, what you bring to the table? I'm your fucking cousin, fool. That's what I bring to the table. I bring my love. I bring my loyalty to the table. And that's what we're missing in our homes. And listen, after what you brought to the table is gone, then that's when the relationships go wrong. And then now we don't want to have anything to do with each other. The relationships is over. You did everything just to have a dope wedding so everybody can see you fucking dancing with your boys and your.
Uh-oh. Matrix.
Bang,
Matrix.
bang, 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 Los, man. Hey, look, you popping off, man. My man said women these days are leeches. They get it from love and hip hop. So, all right, let me keep that right there.
That's pretty aggressive.
I wanna bring about, and Zephaniah, you can help me out with this. What do you think about as far as like what we're consuming as the black community? What do you think about that?
We consuming is garbage. Everything we consuming is garbage. The music is garbage. A lot of these constructs that we consuming is garbage. It's a lot. The whole entertainment industry, all of it is garbage. It's garbage. The school system is garbage and all that. My children in the school where they learn about finances, how to grow food, crops and stuff. They learn ancient languages, like a whole rack of stuff they learning. My children not in public school. You know what I mean? Everything we consuming like I keep saying, we at war. You know what I mean? And it is when you at war, you got to understand warfare is just not me picking up a gun or a knife and I'm coming to get you. Nah, it's you got warfare in the TV, the television. You got a whole like, for instance, TikTok in China don't show all the garbage that TikTok show over here. The algorithm producer over here is to keep our people in folly. Over there, the TikTok algorithm got them learning about real life science and math and all this like real stuff. You know what I mean? We accepting anything. We just want to get along with anything. You know what I mean? We not examining stuff because our men don't have control over the community. The woman had control over the community for decades now. The man, we trying to get it back so we can right the ship. The ship's sinking. And
what?
So let me ask you this question: did they really have control over the community?
They did, because the men was being ostracized to the point when you see. I grew up in the 90s. When you turned on the news, every other news article was about the black man being, and then look at Oprah. Then they had their agents to help destroy our community, to push these narratives. Oh, the deadbeat black man. Oh, the missing black man. The abusive black man. The nothing black man. The drug dealer. The this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? Everything was pushed against us.
Okay.
Well, let me break the monotony here a little bit. Jada, Jada is one of my childhood friends that I respect his opinion. I'm gonna let him go a little bit and give his input on this one.
Oh, I mean, your man's on point. Basically, like it's almost, you can almost connect the dots. Like if you look at it historically, of the exact moment that the black man kind of disappeared from the community, it's the same time that Ronald Reagan got rid of welfare programs and community programs, right? That allow people to sustain their families without having to go to, you know, the 100th extra mile. Then you got you don't even have to guess looking at the fucking prison system. While we are only 10 to 15% of the community, we damn near 60% of the prison community. And I've lived in a black community my whole life, and I can't think of 60% of them motherfuckers being criminals. Right. And if you think about it, that's basically, if you just look at the whole microcosm, it's like, yeah, why are we so heavily put in jail? And then you think about police and how their whole system, it's kind of geared towards us because the origin of police is slavery, right? You come from slavery. The policeman was the overseer. He was the dude that was put in place to watch black folks. Once that was no longer a law and black people were no longer on, you know what I'm saying, on plantations and needing to be watched all the time, you have this whole force of people that now need a job, right? So what do? You turn those people into the police force. To now they're looking at them same way they did before, as less than, lower than, but now it's, oh, let's try to lock these up. Let's lock these black people up and get them in the system, right? Like the loitering, people can go to jail for loitering.
Oh,
right?
yeah, facts, right?
And loitering is literally standing around,
doing nothing, just standing there doing nothing.
Right. And now that law goes back to black codes, where black people were not allowed to stand in groups more than 5.
Yeah.
Right. So you put the prison system in with the lack of support from the community or from the government, right? We all got to work. We all got to survive. The 80s was fucked up. We had the gas crisis. We had our economy was fucked. We was at the height of the fucking Cold War. So it was so much going on. All the while, prison system is growing. Fucking prison system got privatized. It was doing so well. The government couldn't even keep up with the amount of Bamas they was locking up. Right?
So, okay, I want to talk about the privatization of prisons also. Can we do that?
As far as what? Like,
okay, so when prisons went private, they put a clause in there that they have to have a certain occupancy rate.
Right, in order to stay open. Correct. Right.
And if they don't have this occupancy rate, then the state itself gets a fine.
Yep.
So now you create a stronger incentive to lock people up, because if I don't lock people up, then I'm going to have to pay this private company money.
Right.
This is the contract that has been signed. And
now hold on. Now what you really need to understand is that when prisons went privatized, that meant they was on the fucking stock market, dog.
They were on it, and they still are to this day.
Correct. You know what I'm saying? So, but that the whole mindset of a prison now changed. That now becomes a cash cow, right? Because if you putting money into it, you definitely want it to make money. And the only way you're gonna make money is
they're also in there making fucking belts. They're making belts, batteries.
Oh yeah, dog. Like first of all,
they working. They are producing shit.
Slavery
for what? Two cents an hour.
Slavery never ended. All right. Even the fucking 13th Amendment says, yeah, slavery is over, except if you are a criminal.
Mm-hmm.
You are allowed to be treated as a slave if you are a criminal. Right? And that if you look at that, the connection between, you're absolutely right, Marcus. Like you wear Gucci belts, that shit might have been made in a jail. I watched some documentary that jump blew my mind. Like motherfuckers in jail are making like computer chips for space shuttles and shit, dog. Like
damn.
Yeah, dog. Like they are on some other shit to the
I'm
point
telling
where
you.
It's like a sweatshop. They run
the same shit, boss.
It's not even glorified. It's straight up in your face because Bamas are making what 10, 15 cents on the dollar
a day.
Right? And half the time you don't even get it in cash. It goes to your commissary.
So let me ask you this.
Which ultimately goes back into the jail.
Hey Jason, hold on 1 second. So we got Carlos Thompson on the line. So I want to, introduce him and let him get some opinions in as well.
Hey, look, that's my alias t-shirt baking.
Hey, listen, check this out. First, I want Jason to finish first what he was saying, because I'm understanding.
No, you got to cut me off, dog. You got to just cut me off, man.
I know. But listen, I want because listen, I want to pass it over to Carlos because I know we can expand on it. But I think that we have to understand, especially for these young boys. And I just want to say this: I just seen 2 rappers get in trouble for a bunch of shit. And the biggest thing that we do now to get us, and I want to make a quick distinction, and I want to say something. For all of you guys out there who love to find something to do, and a lot of you East Coast cats who want to be Bloods and Crips, let me let y'all know something. You don't see LA dudes going to jail the way y'all going to jail. The same dudes you represent, the same colors that they represent. You don't see them going to prison or getting indicted like you guys are getting indicted, because what they do to you guys is the RICO.
Mm-hmm.
Hit you with the RICO charge, right? Now, that is to make sure that they get you on something. If they can link you to one thing, they can link you to another.
Oh, yeah.
But the difference in LA is that they have a lot more control over what's really happening. Those guys, there's certain things that just can't happen because West Coast gangbanging is organic. It already has a foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're creating something new and calling it the woos and the chews and all kinds. I mean, just make. I don't know what it is. Making up sets, calling each other loke. I heard the dude in DC code. That's my loke right there. I said, that's your loke, man. I couldn't even talk to this kid. And at the end of the day, what I'm simply saying is that when they hit you with the Rico, I seen this kid, him and his buddies, they got him in the suits, they walking and they smiling and shit. And I'm like, you stupid motherfucker. They about to give you 25 years. And what they don't tell you about all the cool jail shit when they love to bring up their jail stories and tell you about the oodles and noodle pizza that they made, they don't tell you that they also made $1 million for someone else.
Facts.
Up in that motherfucking prison making belt. My cousin was making belts. He was like, cuz I know how to make a full belt from leather, bro. I'm tell you what you do. I said, man, I don't want to hear about your fucking belt making. Yes. He was making belts in mass amounts. I got another homie that was making car batteries. Mm-hmm. He was making full car batteries, bro. And what I'm telling you is these privatized prisons are loving you little idiots that want to come and think that, you know, it's going to be dope in prison. No, you're going to be working free as a slave.
Yes, indeed.
Basically.
Slavery.
Now, I'm going to pass it to Carlos, but I want to say one last thing. What's really fucking crazy to me is that when these guys do go to those privatized prisons and then come right back to the limelight and do this shit right here, I'm like, still?
They don't get it.
Still. So now, Carlos, just knowing how I feel about that part, like stupidity is stupidity. And at some point in time, as men, we got to look in the fucking mirror and not blame it on this person, not blame it on that person. You got to fucking look in the mirror to your own fucking self.
Facts.
And I want to pass it on to Los. Go ahead, Los. Go ahead.
Sound like you talking about accountability. Right there, that's every man should have some type of accountability or have some type of circle of good people around him that's gonna hold him accountable for his actions.
Facts.
You know, I feel like go ahead. What you about to say?
No, Los. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Los. I'm like Jason, bro. I can go. Go
ahead. So with these jails, I remember looking at a video that Crazy Bone was talking about, right? And he was talking about the group and how they were raised like in the church, well, just, you know, believing in the God and believing that, you know, doing the right thing. You know, they come from a wholesome background. I know a lot of us probably come Baptist background, Christian background, whatever you believe in. And he was saying that they had a meeting. It was supposed to be some type of secret. They were going to talk about the music industry in jails and kind of was trying to put them both together. Let me send a lot of these kids to jail, but through the music that we're putting out. And they were looking at their CD. Bone was looking at their CD and was like, why do they always put all this demonic shit on our CD covers and stuff? And they had no idea they were trying to make them look like a demonic group or something, or they believe in some type of demonic entity, and they put it out there and was pushing it and pushing it and pushing it. That's why a lot of these new guys out here wearing dresses and talking about homosexual stuff in their music, rappers, and it's like a mind fuck, man. You know, they mind fucking us over and over and over again. And everybody's falling for the banana in the goddamn tail. Like, when are we gonna like wake up as a people and understand when we see bullshit on TV, it's bullshit. Like, a simple fact, this coronavirus thing, okay, let's be honest, it's just a way to stop us from reproducing it and to sterilize this youth that's, you know, a lot of these people running out here trying to take the vaccine, first ones in line and stuff like that. First of all, I'm going to have to make a situation look catastrophic and then be like, look at this over here. This is why you need X, Y, why you need us. It's always we need them, not the other way around. whether it be welfare, whether it be the coronavirus vaccine, whether it be
Who's we? Who's we need them? Who's we need them?
No. I'm talking about they are always wanting us to need them through
That's
the
Who's
things
they?
that they do
The
over
government,
and
man.
over again. The playbook's still the same. The playbook never changes.
Who's they?
They've been showing their ass.
You talking about white? You talking about white
GOP
folks?
is they. No, I'm talking about just the government in general, just the whole entire infrastructure of.
Oh,
what
you
we
talking about
call
the government?
America.
The government. Okay, all right, cool.
I'm just talking
Okay.
about just the whole infrastructure of it, because jail falls into that category because really technically the government don't own jail. It's a private entity. It's
Facts.
private.
Facts.
Just like the Federal Reserve. Go ahead.
No, you good. Finish your statement, but I want to let Zephaniah get in there too, man, and because I feel like he got some things to say about that.
Go ahead, Zeph. Go ahead. I'm done with
What's
my
up,
thought.
guy? What's up?
Hey, take yourself off mute. You on mute? Take yourself off mute.
Where we at now? Because I had to come back, leave and come back to get the. I couldn't hear y'all.
All right, so
Well, I think Carlos was saying that a lot of things are being engineered as far as visually through entertainment to steer our kids in a crazy direction, and
Yeah.
a lot of things are steered to bring our kids back to prison systems, and that's kind of where he left off.
Yeah, I was listening to him. He was right. I seen that interview about Bone. Was that Crazy Bone?
okay.
It was the secret meeting where they basically like they orchestrated the music. Why you think the music is so dumbed down now? At one time, our music was uplifting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Now it's that like you can't be a conscious rapper and make it mainstream. They're not gonna allow that because violence sells. And when they had Leo Cohen on the Breakfast Club, and I asked him, why do y'all allow this type of music to being pushed? He said, I gotta eat too. So basically, they don't give a about us. You know what I mean?
Let me clarify something because I don't want to cut you off. I know Leo a little bit. And I want to say this. What Leo said exactly was, how can I stop? How can I not make money off of what people are already doing? That's what he said.
Right.
That's what I mean. And then they talked about the contract situation. And Leo said one thing that I totally agree with. He says, but they signed the contracts. And Charlemagne's like, yeah, but he says, listen, my friend. They signed the contracts. And yes, when you get done, I like to go, but go ahead, finish. I just want to make sure that he's saying that, yo, I'm cashing in on what you guys are already doing, is what Leo is saying. Go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, it's like we was talking about the brother being a bigger person in the room, dealing with that sister. At some point as a society, if they want to push we all one and they care about us and all that, and we all equal, then at some point you got to be the bigger person in the room and say, well, look, this is destructive to our society, not just to the black community, because you got all these other communities emulating the music that we created. So we need to stop this negative music because it's toxic, and stop cashing out on it, and let the music be more positive, and it'll change the vibration, and you still can eat off of it. It don't got to be negative. No, it's just that negativity sells, and they eating off of it like vampires. I don't care what Leo Cohen said. To me, he a devil because he allowing it to happen. Just like we got to be held accountable for shit we doing in our community. Other people that's eating all and profiting off our community, they got to be held accountable as well.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, why do we as men Why do we wear the jury? Why do we wear the fly shoes? And why do we do all these things?
Because it's in our blood. We come from a royal bloodline. I can go in the scriptures and show you where we was wearing gold chains and gold teeth and all that. So,
all right, so let me ask you this question. All right, here where I'm going at. Why, as men, do we do these things?
Because it's in our blood. Like, it's in our blood to be fly. It's in our blood to look like royalty. We do these things to impress women, but we like to look good. It's in our blood to look good.
Stop right there. We do these things to impress who?
Impress women.
All right. Now, my next question. Okay, since we do all these things to impress women, all right, we wear the gold. We like to look look like royalty, to look like we got something, because we want to get this female. Do all of this to obtain the attention of this female, correct?
Yeah, that's part of it. It ain't just for the female. Like, I like the good look because I look good.
Yeah, you like, okay, you got a certain, you feel a certain way about yourself. But for the most part, the average guy, he wants to pull this chick or these women, right? For the most part. All right. Now, what is it? What are the women? Why are the women dressing like whores? Why are our women dressing like whores?
Hollywood.
Because
They see it every day on TV.
Right now, go ahead, bro.
No, I'm just saying.
That's because they see it on TV. Okay, they see it on TV, but they think this is the right thing to do because what?
I know what
you attract men.
It's to attract. So, all right, to attract men. So it seems as though everyone's doing these things as from a position of attracting the opposite. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I decide I'm gonna carry myself a certain way, because I'm gonna be 1,000 with you. I done seen. I like the aesthetics of things. I like that. That word's been going around a whole lot. All right. I've seen women firsthand try to talk as proper as they can when you got that suit on. You follow me? When you in that certain environment or whatever like that, you got the suit on, you got, you know what I'm saying, the Dior, you got the tie on, you looking sharp and everything, you clean cut. I noticed that the ghetto shit goes out the window. You feel me? That ghetto shit goes out the window real quick. But when they in environment, okay, when they
somebody's phone is doing a lot of feedback. Somebody's phone doing a lot of feedback. It's crazy as shit. I don't know if it's a fan blowing on a microphone or what. It sounds nuts.
I think that's low.
There we
on
go.
Cell phone.
So
yeah, I'm on my cell phone. Hold on. I do have a fan on because hold on. Sorry, y'all.
Oh no, you good. And this the same thing as far as this situation applies. And I got to talk about my people. I got to talk about black people, boy, because I'm trying to tell you, man, y'all. Hey, we get around white people, boy, and we get the yeah, we get to doing that, man. You know what I'm saying? Real good when we get around people. So I'm trying to figure out where's all this phoniness coming from, and why aren't we being true to ourselves? Because when we get around, we ain't gonna shuck it and jive it.
Look, man. All right, it's real simple.
Uh-huh.
We are 15% of this country, but we are 99% of it culturally.
Okay.
Right? So while we are represented the wrong way 100%, we are not represented the way we should be. And we have been systematically put down since the beginning to not let us rise, right? Like, we're not the only minority in this fucking country, right?
No,
but if you look at
it was getting good. What's going on, everybody?
If you look at the Latin community and what they were able to do for themselves and in this country. It's amazing. It's amazing what's put in place. If you look at the Asian community, Jesus Christ, you almost think they're fucking founders out this bitch.
Yeah.
Right? Because of how much work they was able to put in. But every step of the way, dog, like, please name me one influential black leader that wasn't murdered. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, dog, we are systematically put in place at every point, and at the whole shit with the with why do we dress a certain way? I know a lot of black people that dress nice because they just want to feel good about themselves. Right? They want to just be in a place where, okay, I don't give a fuck what y'all think of me. Right now, I'm dressed to the nines, and you can't take that from me. Right? But at the same time, who put us in that position to have to look to those things to feel proud? You know what I'm saying? Like, there are reasons for everything, and it all fucking connects. It all connects. Like, I did not necessarily know I was walking into this type of conversation, or else I would have brought some ammo with me, dog. Like, I got books, I got videos, I got motherfucking statistics. Like, this shit is real, man. Like, everything is influenced by each other, and like, unfortunately, we are prisoners in this game, dog. Like, even still, right? Like, we're not calling the shots. At the very best, we can be reactive, but how reactive can we be when we're not even allowed to organize? Right? Like, the fucking Me Too, not the Me Too joke, the Black Lives Matter movement was probably the closest thing to a modern movement because they did not have individual leadership. They went fucking guerrilla style, guerrilla warfare, fucking Al Qaeda style. Like, we are just different cells in different cities, and all we can do is put in work until we get shut down. And if you look at it, even if you look at the Black Lives Matter movement, a lot of them dudes are no longer with us, and a lot of it is suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Like, 23-year-old dudes falling down the steps, breaking their spine. Like, how? What? Come on, man.
Hey, look, I like to object to the Black Lives Matter thing because that really wasn't about Black Lives Matter. It was about passing transgender agendas and shit like that. So a lot of that stuff.
I don't necessarily care what the movement was about. I'm just talking about it from a perspective of you can't tell me one specific leader of the Black Lives Matters movement.
No, you can't. You definitely can't.
Right? And and every other movement had a face, had
right. It didn't have a face. Right.
Had a bullseye put on them, right?
Right. I got you.
All I'm saying is that if we are to progress forward and make movements to where we have a place at the table where we actually get to speak, right? I'm not talking about a place at the table like fucking DC and Congress where we just get to sit and listen and don't get to say shit, right?
Right.
I'm talking about like a real place at the table that where when I speak, motherfuckers shut up.
Our voice is being heard. I got you.
So it's going to take those type of movements, and I feel like we can fight back against it on the music level, right? Because look how many people now are millionaires without going to a record label.
True.
Right? Like it's just people aren't understanding the level of power they have on that platform and how they can change it. They still like the homie said, like, hey, it's already put in place. I'm gonna do it because everybody else is already making money off of it. Motherfuckers are just scared, man.
Let me say this. And this is a proven fact. A lot of we talking about music, the music and what it plays on in the community. A lot of artists who come out with these positive messages actually don't get the play. They don't get the airtime and things like that because they're playing the positive messages, and statistically, this isn't going to sell. So
right. If you go into any major circle of people who like music and say Common is one of the best MCs ever, they would look at you like you are stone cold retarded. But if you ever listen to the man rap, bro, like the Bama got skills upon skills. He just ain't talking about the shit. You know what I'm saying? That right. So I don't even know, man.
No, you're right.
That's why guys like you, Lupe Fiasco, and those like some. That's why Kendrick and J. Cole, yeah, everybody knows them, but that's why they're not high on the totem pole because
right, they're not talking about murdering folks.
Their music makes sense,
right?
You know, but you get the guys like, and I listen to a lot of that stuff too. I'm not gonna even lie to you, but you got like Moneybagg Yo and Kodak Black and Lil Durk. They don't get me wrong. No, I listen to these guys and I like they, you know what I'm saying? They got bars for like the new guys. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these guys just be saying anything, any and everything.
But Kodak said that Tupac was trash.
Maybe to him, everybody entitled to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? Maybe to him, and I mean that's not his error.
But I mean, as a lyricist, like, how could you, like, as a lyricist, why would you even throw shade at someone who literally paved the way for you?
Right.
Well, you gotta understand.
Like regardless of how you feel in public, you gotta play the role, dog. Like how Marcus always talking about how, you know, he like to uplift Bamas. He ain't, you know, he want to stay positive. That shit needs to be like global. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like that feeds into the why are we the only people that got dirty dozens. Don't nobody else sit around and talk shit about each other's mothers.
Oh yeah, they do.
Nah. I promise you, not like that. Not like us, because anytime you get in a situation where a black person is in a group of non-black people and that type of thing happens, he cooks everybody. It don't matter if it's the lamest black person on the earth, just because he is heard gangster shit, right? Or from some real motherfuckers that be cracking on each other. Nah, man.
Hey, I'm gonna say this though. I gotta be 1,000 on this, because I've been in some circles with a bunch of white people, man. And
was they poor? Was they poor?
Huh?
Were they poor?
Nah. Nah.
A poor white person is a black person.
Well, yeah, but these Bibles wasn't poor. And when I say the creativity they had in talking about each other, their mama, and all kind of stuff, man.
Man, they probably heard that shit on TikTok, bro. I don't even want to.
Nah. Hey, look, I'm trying. Hey, I thought so. Basically, what I'm the point that I'm getting at is that at this point, the same problems that we have in the black community has now become a universal situation. And this is very important. This is we were the guinea pigs of a lot of things.
Oh, sure.
We were the guinea pigs for the projects. We were the guinea pigs for over policing. We were the guinea pigs for a lot of things. And that has bled over into a worldwide way of controlling the masses.
You heard about the cop shooting the Arab kid in Paris, right?
Yeah.
No, I ain't heard about that. What happened?
So this 17-year-old kid, he got pulled over by police. First of all, they approached him with guns drawn, which is definitely only some American shit. Like only we do that shit. Right? So dude approaches the car. The kid did not have a driver's license. He was only 17. He didn't have a license. He was scared. He pulls off. Police were not in any harm's way when he pulls off, but homie just fired 3 shots. Bop, bop, bop. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, car goes, I don't know, 50 feet down the road, then crashes big hard, and homie dead.
What?
They killed the 17-year-old kid. All because I don't know. I mean, one, I guess Arab people in France are the equivalent of niggas.
So what's going on in France right now is that France has a huge immigration problem.
They got a lot. They got their Social Security just got changed.
Yeah, it's a lot going on over there.
Right. It's like straight chaos in that country.
I'm gonna say this: for a group of people that don't have the armament that we have in the United States, the way they protest and the way they push their agenda, it makes me look at us like we some straight up skirts. And I'm gonna tell you that
we are, bro.
You know what I mean? Because when something happens in their community, we talking about the Arab community, Asian community, the Black community. I mean, not even the Black, but the African community, or everything over there in these other countries. When it comes down to it, like everyone stands in solidarity for the same agenda, and they push that agenda. They not cowards. They not running. When it comes down to really, standing up and showing force, they do that.
Well, I mean, first of all, France invented protesting.
Well, yeah.
Right. So they're always going to be quick to take the streets en masse, and that's literally how they changed the government. Huh?
It's not the traditional French. And my point that I'm making is that
sure.
In the United States of America, all right, we have more guns.
Yep.
More weaponry in the United States of America than possibly any other military.
Not possibly. That's probably official.
The citizens have more weapons.
So if everyone were to share guns, right? We as a whole country could all have 5 guns individually.
Each.
Damn.
Each.
Because you got people out here that's got like 300-400 guns in their house.
Okay. I know.
Yeah.
I know my cousin don't have that many, but my cousin got at least like 30 or 40 guns. He live in South Carolina though, but they riding around with like AR-15s and
for sure
handguns and shit like that out there because they don't play that shit out down south, man.
Georgia was the first place I seen the gun rack on the back window. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And y'all been in Virginia and some of these other states where they walk around like it's the Wild Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
Joints on the hip, ready.
Walk around talking about I wish you would.
Hey, that's
locked and loaded.
Wish your mother would.
They locked and loaded out there.
Man, what you eating, man?
I'm sorry.
Pistachios.
Huh?
Pistachios. I'm just listening.
Pistachios.
I'm listening to you guys.
I'm got nuts in your mouth. What's wrong with you?
Oh man.
I'm sorry. You walked in.
Hey, hold on. Hey, Los.
Oh,
what?
Listen, Los.
Uh-oh.
These two do this shit quite frequently. They set up the motherfucking all of you for each other, and this is what they like to do. They like to take little pot shots at me. He set the shit up. Hey, man, what you eating over there, man? What you got over there? And if I had said some nuts, he would have took the first one, right? But when I didn't take the first bait, and listen, these motherfuckers here do this shit all the time. And that's why I'm going to find both of them before the football season starts. Just like ESPN clean house, I'm going to clean house on both of their ass. Don't worry about it.
Hey, look, bitches. You said, hey, look, you changed the whole. You said pistachios. You weren't going to say that.
I did. Listen, and I thought I won, right? So I was like, where you going to go from there, bitch? And he's going to say, you always got some nuts in your mouth. I said, this motherfucker over here. It doesn't work. I hate it.
Oh, man.
Blessings.
What's going on? This the Dank Days, man. We talking about the Black community, man. We got a couple of brothers on the line, man, and we just really getting into it. Just really breaking bread, sharpening a little iron right now.
Iron sharp as iron. You already know.
Yes, indeed. So man, all right, man, man, y'all got the floor, man. Y'all comment a lot. Y'all on here now, man. Don't get all quiet now. Don't get all quiet now.
I ain't quiet. I'm just letting everybody talk.
Hey, Zephaniah, man, you kind of quiet over there, man.
No, I just got back in here. I was letting the brothers get their thing off. My gun stay loaded.
I know that's right.
I'm happy I'm not on camera. I'm over here shaking like a pit bull that just seen a motherfucking dog walk by.
Oh,
what, you scared of dogs, bro?
Oh no, I love dogs.
Oh,
I'm just saying, I'm sitting here waiting. I'm hungry. Let's go.
Oh shit, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so where we at?
So all right, we done talked about. Oh, all right, we touched on the prison pipeline, right?
We touched on that.
Touched on that. We touched on over policing, right? We touched.
No, not wait. Hold on, over police. Hold on. Can I speak on that real quick about over policing?
Do it.
So, I'm gonna touch the rights part of it and what their job is.
Okay.
So, see, we give a lot of these police officers and judges power, right? But they are here to serve the public. They are here to serve us, not the rich people over there or the government or these people over there. They are here to serve the citizens of America, right? But we also have to know our rights.
I disagree with
that. And not let these police violate our rights. Because we all know these police are on fishing expeditions, right? Asking us all these questions. Asking us 20 questions like this 50 Cent 21 questions on this show, right? Let's be honest here. We have to know our rights, man. We have to know what they can and can't do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, us being of a melanated culture, a lot of us are scared of the police, man.
Yeah.
A lot of these people getting killed for no reason. Bama jogging out here getting killed. Or, oh, this kid got a toy gun, we gonna shoot him anyway. Or he got a gun, a little kid. He got a gun.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
they got reason to be scared.
But
it's generational fear. You're gonna be scared. You're gonna be scared of what your parents are scared of.
Whoa, that's the problem. That's the problem.
But look, they're scared because their parents were scared.
Okay, let me say this.
So on and so forth.
Let me say this.
Hold on. No, hold on. So before I left for college, my parents sat me down and gave me the talk. You know what I'm saying? About what it means to be a black man on your own, away from home. You ain't got nobody to watch your ass. You know what I'm saying? You got to carry yourself in a certain demeanor. And at the conclusion of this talk, I promise you, my folks was literally like, I am only telling you the exact conversation that was told to me when I left the house for the first time. And I'll be damned if I'm not going to tell my kids the exact same shit, bro. Like, because you got to have the tools to stay alive, man. Like, you was talking negative about how when you around white people and you got to switch it up. Oh, that's the number one disarmer of defense in a black man's arsenal. When you walk up to somebody and they get all nervous and you hit them with the hello, how are you? They double back. Like,
this Negro's not scary. This Negro's no longer scary, thank God.
Right. Also, like, hold on. Are you one of the good ones? Right? And then they're questioning themselves, they're questioning the whole situation. Bruh, even if I was going to rob somebody, I would walk up to the white person and be like, hello, how are you today? I'm about to deprive you of your belongings, and I hope you don't mind.
Yeah.
Damn.
Go pull the old Bugs Bunny on their ass, roll up on them, fake voice. Give me your money, C. Break it out, C.
Bet you they won't be scared. Bet you it'll be more a transaction than anything else.
But look, that proper talk definitely will get you in the door. That will get you to open. That will get them to open their door for you.
It has made police officers put their gun down. Literally.
You can't hit him with the yo. What's good, bro?
Nah, not at all. You can't be mad at him. You can't be like, fuck you
You
want.
said that don't work, Los? Yo, what's good, bro? Shit don't work?
That don't work, bro. That don't work at all.
Oh, my God.
That shit don't work, bro.
You hit him with the I'm a civilian. I pay my taxes kind of talk. Yes, sir. How are you today?
But
Well,
why do we got to switch out the way we talk up just to talk to?
Look, I call it's classified as code switching. You know what I'm saying? And I look at it like this: Black people been bilingual since day one.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? We got our talk of our own community, which definitely has its own vernacular, its own dictionary. You know what I'm saying? Its own grammar, everything. But then we also have the talk of the outside world, and a lot of people got to mix it. You know what I'm saying? And it's that mentality is dying. I do believe younger generations are less being willing to code switch, and they are more off some old fuck you gonna take me as I am.
Mm-hmm.
And look where that's getting our young kids right now.
Well, let me say this as far as that. You're gonna accept me how I am. That's the right attitude. And I'm gonna say this: that's the attitude that Martin had. That's the attitude that Malcolm had. That's the attitude that Huey P. Newton had. That's the attitude that Marcus Garvey had.
Hold on. And how did every one of those dudes you just named speak?
Right? How did they end up?
No, well, they all went the way of the dodo, but they all spoke eloquently. They all spoke eloquently. Motherfucking Martin Luther King spoke so well, he had 100,000+ people standing around the fucking, you know what I'm saying, Lincoln Memorial.
Yeah.
And they weren't all black people either. There was some white people out there too.
Right.
A lot of them, brother.
A lot of them. You're right.
Of give me liberty or give me death. I'm sure you have. I know you have.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, if you got a person, all right, that's hell bent on having this freedom, okay, and is willing to die for it. He's willing to die for what he believes in. That's a dangerous man. That's a dangerous man. You don't want to go to war with that man.
That's why we are in the situation we are in. No one knows what to believe.
Oh yeah, we knew what to believe. Now we believe in the dollar. And I'm gonna tell you why. With each generation, all right, I'm talking about our people, all right. You got these older cowards, that teach the young, not to stand up, keep hang your head low. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. Just get by. You know what I mean? They're teaching the young.
Keep your head in the dirt.
Down.
Make it through the day. Keep your head in the dirt. Make it through the day.
There you go. You know what I mean? Or Mr. So and so. Yeah, that's a good blah 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 blah. We're not teaching. Hey, do your own. Start your own. Well, some of us are, and the ones that are, we're seeing the growth in our community. We're nowhere near the poverty level we were before. You know, we're buying houses, we're starting our own communities again. We got businesses. I think is more doctors and lawyers in our community than ever before.
But that's not necessarily reading good to our community, because statistically our community kind of has not been the same since segregation ended. Once we left communities because when we were segregated, it was basically how these Chinese corner stores and the Spanish stores make their money, right? Their money stays with them. Their money goes back in their community. Their money goes home to their families.
Mm-hmm.
When we were segregated, we went to black-owned stores. We went to black universities. We went to look at fucking Grambling. Look at all the schools that have Hall of Famer athletes that came out of there, right? Shit, look at fucking Black Wall Street. They fucking bombed that joint. They just destroyed fucking Tulsa, Oklahoma, and
Yeah.
then took the leftovers.
Yeah.
And those people became rich off of the death of an entire city of rich black people.
True.
So it's not like we have not been in situations where that statistic of it's more black. I mean, okay, everybody's getting more money now, right? Like it's not and of those people who are have doctors, more black doctors and lawyers, how many of those people are in debt right now? Right? Like my brother graduated with a law degree. I think I want to say he maybe just finished paying off his shit, and he graduated what 15 20 years ago.
Okay.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get a loan to go to law school or become a doctor, we talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And you don't come out the box making hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Nah, you gotta work your way up to that.
As a doctor, you got to be basically a low-paid intern for 10 years.
Right.
So the game is
The residency. That's
we
what they call it, residency.
we are like grass, dog. Like we keep growing and they keep cutting us low, and then we grow back and then they cut us low back again. They don't get rid of us, you know what I'm saying? Because they like us. It's pretty to look at, you know what I'm saying? It's nice decor.
Let me jump in real quick.
Do it.
Go ahead.
So what y'all think we was brought over here to do? What y'all think we was brought over here to do?
Work for others.
We was brought over
Cheap
here to
labor.
be slaves. We
Cheap labor.
still slaves. We just slaves. Look, let me ask you this.
Mentally.
If you got but the thought is the in control. The thought is the cause of it all. So if your thoughts not right, your physical not gonna be right either. So it don't matter if it appear, because we got a few Negroes that's getting a little something. But let me say this. If you got a dog in your backyard 20 years and you take him off the chain, where you think he gonna go at?
He gonna run away.
No, he not.
He gonna
Cause that's all he know. He gonna stay in that backyard. Cause that's all he know.
That dog will not leave that motherfucking 30-yard radius, bro. He'll stay right the fuck. And listen, if he does walk off, he'll bring his ass right back there. I promise you that.
Right. He gonna find his way back home.
And that's
he might get a little piece of pussy for a night or so, but he gonna come right. You'll find his ass laid right back there for no leash. Believe me on that.
And that's us as a community. We the dog. All they did was took the chains off, and we just slaves that know how to take care of ourselves. So it's disguised. It ain't no shackles on, and the scriptures tell us that he was gonna keep us in hardcore bondage until we've been destroyed. So once they took our language, destroyed our customs, and broke us all the way down, they could take the chains off because they indoctrinated us so far. We trying to be like them. We trying to do everything. We don't recognize ourselves. So basically, we don't really have no community because all these people, these doctors, these lawyers, these athletes and all that, what land is they buying and what structures is what? When you got a community, you got infrastructure, you got policing, you got some form of government. We don't have no seat at the United Nations. We ain't got nothing.
So let me say this: I disagree on a few points, and I'm gonna tell you why I disagree. All right, as where we at right now, we are as a community, we are building our own schools. We are building
all that.
Our communities. We're doing all these things. My problem, I'm gonna tell you. Well, all of our problem is a particular group in our community. All of our problem is a particular group in our community, and I'm gonna keep it 1,000. You know, it's a big difference. It's a humongous difference, and I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this live, so everybody know it's me saying it's a humongous difference between a black person, and a nigga.
Oh, hands down.
It's a humongous
A nigga could be any race though.
That part. But listen. I get that, Los. But listen, we got to talk about niggas in our race.
Yeah,
listen. We blame everybody. I don't want to cut you off, Skrilla. You going right back where you going. But we do a lot of, and I'm not saying you. I'm just saying a lot of us don't address the niggas in our community. The girl at BET with the no clothes on, with the fucking money twerking, and Bobby Jones gospel hour is sitting right the fuck there and looking right at the guy. We got to address niggas in our community because that is what it is. I'm going to let you go, Stack, and then I'd like to go. I'd like to go after you, bro, but go ahead, Stack.
Okay. So a prime example of niggas in our community and us doing absolutely dog shit about it was this guy, this grown-ass man that beat this lady up in the daggone restaurant. That a 14-year-old boy had to be more of a man than every other adult in that area and stop this situation. Okay? We the same people, same community that put this Bama on a flyer, okay? And want people to send money to support the burial of this Bama. This is our community. This is our community. This is the same community, and we're gonna take it back to when during the time of George Floyd, when the black girl was about to stab another girl, okay, and her father chose to try to kick another adult in the face, all right, instead of stopping his daughter. But all we wanted to scream about was when the police shot her, stopping her from stabbing up another person, stopping this black girl from stabbing up another black girl. All right, where were we at then? Where were we at then? Why is this white guy? Why is this white guy the villain? Okay, when we as a people could have stopped that situation, we could have dealt with that situation as a man and as a father. Okay, you could have mitigated and de-escalated that entire situation, but you chose violence. Okay, so your child sees what you do. Okay, your child is a direct product and reflection of you. That's the reason why that girl got shot. She got shot being like her father, being unruly, being a nuisance and a menace to society. That's the same reason why this guy lost his life in that restaurant, being a menace and a nuisance to society. That's the same reason why nobody wants to support this guy. Okay, people, they want to say something now. Okay, yeah, he damn blah blah blah, because the masses are speaking against this guy. But best believe this guy's been doing this in the community the whole time, and nobody did dog shit about it. People were actually scared. Some people laughed, chuckled at his actions. So that's speak on us. We like to blame and point fingers at everybody else, but we never look at ourselves. Okay, and we quote scriptures, but in the scripture it says, "My people perish for lack of knowledge."
Ooh.
The biggest thing you need to know is to know thyself.
Let me jump in real quick before you go, Vegas. So, of course, we got free will as human beings to know.
Oh, one second. I want to say something really fast, guys.
Quick.
I just want everybody out there to know that we are all brothers and sisters on this platform, and we are all have our own opinions, and we don't put nobody down for their opinions of what because we have all positive people that are here, and everybody that's here, we all respect the dog shit out of them. Just want everybody to know that shit, and so there's no divide here. We want you to know that we are all together, because Eric can bring a point. Then somebody might identify with Eric, and then somebody might do a Skeleton and me, Jason. We are here to bring everybody together to show that we can have this conversation to start to build a dialogue. And if more men want to jump in here on a Sunday and have this conversation with us, then let's keep building. But we want everybody to know this is a conversation of peace and positivity. And I applaud us just to be able to come this goddamn far, bro. I'm happy about this shit. It's awesome. So go ahead, Jessica.
So You know, we gotta look at ourselves because as human beings, we was given free will, right, to pick
Right.
good or evil, whatever, right? But there is a common enemy in the play of it as well. So I'm gonna ask you, who created niggas? See, we forget. They teach us to forget about our past. The scriptures say, "Remember the days of old. Search out the years and many generations." So we ain't never supposed to forget the past. Because if you don't know the past, you're not gonna know the future, and where you gonna forget about stuff. Just like they tearing all the projects down in DC. My son and them, I mentioned that to my son and them. They ain't gonna, they don't project. What the hell is a project? They don't know how desperate I could have died in DC in a certain time period, and he wouldn't have never been born. That's how vicious the traps was in DC, and I survived through all of them. But I want to say, who created niggas though? They created the niggas through their television. Cause where do we learn how to be mobsters from? We wasn't the first mobsters. We've been programmed to be niggas. So now we gotta recognize that and change the energy. It ain't all our fault. Yeah, a big part of it's our fault when you grown and you do some shit. Yeah, you gotta be held accountable. But we always, cause that's the only way we gonna dissect what's really going on. If we dig and pull all the layers back and say, look, but we need to start shunning the TV. We need to start shunning this music. We need to stop going along with shit. Oh, the LGBT shit. Oh, that's cool to do. Oh, everybody got a choice. It's free will. That's Satanism. That's satanic. Because when you look at the natural order of things, it was man and woman created to do what? To make babies. So when you're doing anything contrary, you're not making babies to keep the earth populated. That's against the natural order stuff. So my main point is we got to stop going along with stuff that's not benefiting our community, and we got to start speaking up and shunning the shit that been pushed on us. We spiritual people, we like to have fun and be loving and all that. We've been turned into some demonic people, and we don't see it because it's part of our culture. Until we start denouncing and rejecting this so-called black culture, that's some garbage that been pushed on us. We gonna still be in the same predicament. It'll be 100 years later, still talking about reparations and what we could do, and we almost there. It's almost equality. Why them people sitting back laughing like, look at them dumb niggas, man. Because like you said, Hosea 4:6, for my people destroyed for lack of knowledge. So we gotta start listening to wise elders and wisdom coming out and stop rejecting stuff and start asking more questions and building more like we doing now.
Bro, I teach history, and I can promise you that this generation does not want to hear it.
My son's 7 years old and speak Hebrew and English and read the Bible and all that. No math, about finances and all that. He's 7. And my daughter, she 4. So a lot of this stuff started in the house.
Remarkable. You said 7 years old.
Hey, can we let Los get a comment? We gonna get ready to cut it, but I want to let everybody get some say so in, man. So can we let Los get in there real quick?
Oh, Stack, you about to cut you about to roll out?
Yeah, I just want everybody to get some more in real quick, man.
I hadn't got my. I let Eric go. I hadn't got my.
Get your opinion in, man.
You know, I come to this point in my life at 44 years old, and I just want to say that I've learned a lot of things about success and chasing success in life, life as a whole, right? And for me, I really, you know, the greatest gift, Eric is right, the greatest gift that God ever gave us was the ability to control our own minds. That was the gift that was given to us at birth. When I learned to have a relationship with God, a personal relationship, nothing else really mattered to me, right?
Okay.
When I learned that my relationship with God is really the source to my success. Like everything that I have, if I didn't have that relationship, the ups and downs with God, I wouldn't be where I am today. It's not a church, not a pastor, not just me and God, right? And also, I feel as if I ever have to, if I'm ever racing a person, and every time I go to that person's house and I say, yo, he says, let's race. And I get ready to race beside, he says, no, you back up 10 yards back. And I'll say when to go. And I'm like, damn, every time I come over this motherfucker, you always do that shit, man. Well, that's just what it is. Okay, cool. And in my mind, I found it to myself to say, yo, I need to learn how to whoop this motherfucker 10 yards back. All the excuses are out the fucking door for me. I don't give a fuck about slavery, Africa, how we got over here, what we were meant to do. All I fucking know is that we here now. And I got to be the best black man that I can be for my family, my daughters, to give them example, for my brothers. These guys on this fucking platform know that I work for them. These men have brought enlightenment to my life. The Dank Dad podcast, sportscast wouldn't be what it is without Jeffrey, Stat, and Jay Smith. And what I want you guys to understand is that we here, man, we've been in this shit for a long time, and we got to play a tight game, and the game is called discipline.
Facts.
And a lot of fucking men have a lot of opinions, but they don't practice discipline. And I'm not saying nobody on this platform, I'm just saying in general, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, all I can do at this point in time in my life is to be the best man that I can be. And I think that as men, we have to tap in with who we are a little bit more to be great for everybody else. But we are lacking discipline. Now, let me say this about the homosexuality thing, because I can't leave that alone, because I have to just say on this platform, homosexuality and homosexuals are welcome. Not saying that anybody on this platform is not a homosexual, but I will say this. I can't imagine what it feels like to like something and not be able to like it. And to just tell a person, hey, the Bible says that you're a demon. Because and I'm just playing devil's advocate here. No pun intended. More Eric. No pun intended, bro. But I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, it's hard to tell people how to feel. It's just hard. As much as me and you like ass, it's some girls who like something else. And it's hard for me to tell a person that. But the great value of conversations like this is that God did give us the greatest gift, which is to control our own minds. And your opinion is just as valuable as my opinion and everybody else's. But I had to just throw my 2 cents out there, man. And I think that we have to start to work on who we are as men right now, and to go farther, to learn from the history of what we've gone through in the past, and to expand on it, and to be disciplined enough to put things in the work so we can go farther and raise better generations. It starts with the men. What we build, what we create, and what we leave here. That's what that dash in between the start of your life and the end of your life is all about. How gangster is that motherfucking dash in between? And for me, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how I live my life. But more than anything, I try to live for positivity and love, and to uplift my people and uplift all people, bro. I try to be a light for everybody, and I think that's what God intended. And so that's where I'm at, man. Salute.
Give you, you know what I'm saying? Once you get a little bit off, man, before we close up, man. Give us a little, man. What you got?
Who, me?
What Lo said? Lo there?
Lo, you there, baby?
Yeah, I'm still here. I have myself on mute.
Go ahead, man.
I'm still here. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah. You got a closing statement, man. Give us your closing statement.
One closing statement?
Yeah.
We have to be our own individuals and stop following others and what they're doing. Let them do them and just be true to yourself. Be true to the spirit that the Most High has put within you. Be true to that. Be true to God.
Agree.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got this Gucci shirt, you got this Gucci belt, you got this Prada, you got this and that and that and this. So I'm gonna go out and try and be just like you and get the same stuff you got, or same name brand you got.
Let's be our own individuals and stop trying to be like everybody else, man. Let's stop following the Joneses.
I like it. I like it.
I'm with it.
I love it.
Man.
I love
All
it.
right, let's see if we can get 100 people on here next week. Just go for new. Hey, good job, yo. Hey, give yourselves a round of applause, man. I ain't had this. I'm talking about real men, bro.
Hell yeah.
Real men, bro. Listen,
J.
and I'm talking about people really bringing shit to the table. I'm impressed, bro. I'm impressed. I'm impressed, bro. Hey, listen, that nigga, E ready be ready with the backpack and all the information I got in the backpack, Slim. It's back here in the back. I wish you would come out the motherfucker. Hey, yo, we are the motherfucking Dank Dance, man. You can catch us on YouTube and the Rebel, man. We are out.
Oh, man, I gotta let Jason get a little bit. Let Doc Jada.
My bad. Sorry, Jada. No, you ain't gotta say nothing. This is black on black crime right here.
Go ahead, man. Statement.
I mean, we talking about being fathers and whatnot. I just want those that are fathers to like be aware of who you are, because it's your day-to-day stuff that your kids really pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? I was driving, just a little funny, like made me think about all this shit. I was driving and I said something about a Virginia license plate. And my son didn't skip a beat. He was like, "He driving bad, huh, Daddy? You know, all them Virginia drivers be bad." And I was like, what you talking about? He straight up was just like, "Yeah, that's what you say every time." This the
Exactly.
Right. So, and I wasn't even thinking about it because when I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? I'm just driving. I'm not like focusing on the three little munchkins in the back, other than I gotta make sure they stay alive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's more moments like that I'm not aware of that are really tailoring my fucking kids. You know what I'm saying? And I know I have been more aware of it since that interaction. And I just want Bams to be aware of it too.
Well, that is, man. Listen, man, I want to thank Charmaine for hanging in there. You right. Kids are like goddamn sponges, boy. Please believe me. You won't believe what a motherfucker say. Hey, listen, Stack, you get home, man, safely, man. We want to thank Charmaine. We want to thank everybody who came in the room. My Zephyr Los, number love.
Yes, indeed.
We out this motherfucker. I holla.
Yes,
Peace to
indeed.
God.
Peace to God.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Peace and blessings.